Peace to the family. Aswit Gador, Black Power. How you guys doing today? Want to have a build with you. You know, we got the Holistic Mathematics course back on the road. We're going to have class this Sunday, 7 p.m. You're going to be able to, if you are in all the classes, or if you're in the stocks class and the Holistic Mathematics class, both of them will be available at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. They'll both be available. You look at them whenever you choose. They'll be available to you. Just go to the website. You'll have the password, and you'll be able to do your thing. Holistic Mathematics. What do we mean by it? First and foremost, when we speak of Holistic Mathematics, what we're talking about is an approach towards healing that is all-encompassing of several different venues. We're not talking about doing one thing in particular. Like, so here's an example. You might find that someone has back pains. So what they do, they get some Tiger Balm or something, they put it on their back, and they're working to see if they could relieve themselves of that pain. But all the while, they never consider overall what prerequisite steps should they have taken to ensure that they don't get those back pains. You might have arthritis, so you look for something because your hands are hurting on account of arthritis, so your target area is your hands, but you're not holistically approaching it, saying there must be something I'm doing overall that set the stage for this arthritis. And if you're not clear on how to properly address your health situation holistically, the arthritis will transmigrate into yet another health complexity. Okay? And so it's okay to look for instant relief. It's okay to target an area for short-term effects. But we live in such a microwave society. We live in such a fast food society that we live in such a check-to-check, week-to-week society. We're programmed to think in very short intervals. We live in a Postmates Uber paradigm. I'm not going to really put in the footwork myself. I'm going to use the luxury of what is available onto me. We live in a waist trainer society. I'm not going to work and produce the results that I need. I'm going to put the waist trainer on, and hopefully that just does it. The hell with the fact I'm squeezing my organs. You walking with me? So food is another religion, because when you start sharing with people the right direction, not because the right direction is my opinion, the right direction because of the truth. I don't own the truth. I have no exclusivity to the truth. I'm just intimate with the truth because of what it gives birth to. And so, whether it be Judaism, Christianity, or Islam, or chicken, beef, and fish, whatever the case is, it's a religion. Because even when people realize something is horribly wrong, they struggle with making change. And the reason why they struggle with making change is because food has become a religion. And so I was building with one of my wives, and I was like, yo, listen, I'm talking about food, but I really started going into religion. And I was like, listen, food is a religion. You're going to bear witness to cognitive dissonance. When you bring a new proposition before a person, they have to balance it with the old ones. And they struggle with facts. No one should struggle with facts. At the very least, we could say it may take me some time to evolve, but I bear witness to this truth. And bearing witness to the truth is enough to initiate change. All you got to do is bear witness. Bearing witness to the truth is enough to initiate change. Real talk. Real talk. But people struggle with just witnessing the truth. People struggle with that. So as an example, I said, hey, you know, religion teaches us that there's a Virgin Mary. Religion will tell you that there's a Virgin Mary. But because I deal with reading and comprehension, and you have a bunch of religious zealots that'll tell you they've read the Bible front and back and the Quran front and back and all, they'll tell you this all the time. But one thing we do know, for those of us that are not compromised or suffering from cognitive dissonance, those of us that are learned, we know if we found pedophilia in Judaism, the apple don't fall far from the tree, we will find remnants of the same, if not the same thing or worse, in the religions that come thereafter. So if Judaism got it, we know Christianity got it, we know Islam got it. They share in the same model. The model is get the head of your religion, whether it be Abraham, whether it be Jesus, whether it be Muhammad. Get the letters that are written by men, you know, like the epistles, right? Or the hadith and stuff like that. Get the things that definitely don't come from God or not inspired from God, right? Get the ones that are more metaphysically inclined, like the Kabbalistic Jews in Judaism, or the Gnostics in Christianity, or the pure Sufi that are in Islam. And then get the ones that just do everything by the letter. I believe man got swallowed by a whale. I don't care what you say. I believe Moses parted the Red Sea. I believe, you know, you got the people who take everything literal anyway. So we see the same model in each one of them. And we also see pedophilia in all of them. I won't go over all these things. I don't want to distract people, because this is actually about food and how food has become a religion. But to make an analogy, let's go back into religion, and we look at how Mary is considered a virgin. But when we go into the Greek concordance and we look up the word virgin, it means a young female. So the announcement was this young girl had a baby. It wasn't this virgin had a baby. Because when you go into the Greek, the word, you know, when we done with Virgo and all this stuff right there, huh? When you go into the Greek, the word they're using for Virgin Mary literally means female married. The female that's named married. The young girl married. Why is this important? Because if you've been taught that the main reason you should have concern or fear for God is through his miracles, and his greatest miracle is not an immaculate conception, it's an immaculate deception. If the greatest feat to transpire in your religion is inaccurate, then what do you do with the religion? A person that suffers from cognitive dissonance asks that question: what do I do with this religion other than discard it? How do I recover from this death blow that I've been lied to this whole time? People struggle with that, and they stick with the religion, which makes me question their sanity. You know, once this is a lie, everything else is a lie. Once you find out she wasn't a virgin, the whole thesis is thrown out the window. Everything is thrown out. It's all trash after that. But if you struggle and you say, well, I'm still not only going to believe, I'm going to believe the same exact way and have even stronger faith. Yo, that's what we're dealing with today. That's cognitive dissonance. That is the epitome of cognitive dissonance. People. If you find out the main thing that you have been subscribing to is a lie, and that is the impetus to which you choose to believe in the first place, when you find out that that thing is no longer true, what then do you do other than discard the information? What most people do is ignore the truth. They become evasive. They get upset with you. They call you names. They mock, they ridicule, they condemn you. They antagonize you. They castigate you, but they don't walk away. Why will they keep showing you depictions of the Virgin Mary as an adult woman when she was a minor when she had the child? Why every time we look at the stained glass and we see depictions of the Virgin Mary, she's always a woman when you know it's a child? And why was her husband Joseph, whether he had sex with her or not, they were to be wed? Why did you assign a man to be wed to a minor? Because whether you say Joseph is 35 or whether you say he's 80, we know he wasn't a teenager. We know this. We know he wasn't a teenager. Just from reading, we know he's a grown man. So as we debate, he wasn't 80, he was 70. He wasn't 70, he was 35. She was a minor. But you know, he didn't have sex because it was a virgin birth. Oh yeah, shit. If a 35-year-old or 80-year-old gets a young lady pregnant, a minor, he better say it was a divine event that took place, because your ass should be in jail. Or, I don't want to use very violent words, you should be afflicted. I don't think that word will come on that radar. You should be aggressed. Okay? So these are things that I'm just saying to you guys. I hope it makes sense. I hope you understand that the story, the adjustments get made, and it gets made on the fly. The interesting thing is you could bring this stuff to religious people's attention, and then they'll start attempting to recover by making excuses that they don't know if whether or not it can be referenced by the scripture to support. So in other words, you just found out, oh shoot, the Virgin Mary just means the female Mary. She was a minor, and the guy that they assigned to her to be married to was a grown man. When you start defending it at that point and you're not giving scriptural references, what are you defending? The lie? You're just defending the lie at this point. And why do you feel obligated to defend a lie? Why are you obligated to make sure that this story can recover? If you have to make sure the story recovers, then you really don't believe in anything you say you believe in, because it should be able to stand on its own. You walking with me? So in that same manner, I bring you to food, and food has become a religion. Because no matter what you show and tell, you find that people will still do what they do. You have people that still smoke cigarettes to this day, and they'll say, oh, they'll call it a cancer stick and still smoke it. They'll say, I'm smoking a cancer stick. That's a level of insanity and suicide. That's a suicidal tendency. And what I would say is the average person eating flesh is not eating flesh because they think they need it. They're eating flesh because they're addicted to it. And the average person that's eating flesh will tell you it's no good for them. They'll tell you they have to slow down on it and cut back on it. But if you sat there and you had a real good conversation with someone and say, yo fam, you really think you're supposed to eat that blood meat? Do you think you'll be healthy if you just start living off that blood meat alone? And the only reason the meat tastes good is because you season it with plants. You wouldn't just get some chicken, cook it, and put nothing on it. You put plants on the chicken to make it taste good. You wouldn't just get some beef, buy some beef, or buy some ribs, buy some swine, and just eat it as is. You would season it with plants. Plants make it taste good. But then you don't want to season plants because you say the plants don't taste good. But the plants must taste good because the plants are the reason why your food tastes good. The reason why the meat that you eat, tastes good is because you're putting plants on it. I mean, hello. You know what I'm saying? So you want to eat your lamb, but lamb is filled with anthrax. You want to eat your red meat, and that's high in heme iron, which becomes carcinogenic the more you cook it. So when you eat meat of any form, it's high in iron. That's true. But the iron that is high in isn't conducive to the human body, because the iron that is high in doesn't tell the body when enough is enough. One, the body won't stop absorbing it. And two, that's a problem because you normally cook your meat in fear that you're going to get some bacteria or something, but your meat is actually best served to you not cooked that much, which puts you in a conundrum because you're cooking the food because you don't want to get sick. But if you don't cook the food, you're more likely to get sick. But the reason why you want to eat it like medium rare and everything like that is because the more you cook meat, when heme iron that's inside the meat has heat applied to it, the iron becomes carcinogenic. It becomes cancerous. The more heat that is applied. So the more you cook it, you like it really cooked. You like to cook that thing and make it really burnt. You don't eat that raw meat like the Caucasoids. You like to cook it real hard. Well, the harder you cook that meat, the more cancerous it becomes, because when you apply heat to iron, it becomes cancerous. But a person would hear this and be like, yo, man, what I'm going to eat? Are we aware of what cancer does? Have we not seen members of our family die of cancer? Are we not aware how violent a disease cancer can be? Are we not aware of how violent cancer is? And we play with our lives every day. And we eat flesh as if, unbeknown to us, once we get in the game of cancer, once we get in the game of diabetes, one of the most violent diseases on the planet Earth. Once you're subject to these diseases, you're almost at a point of no return. You're at a point of no return. What does that mean? You just count your days. Because what you're going to get from the hospital? Hospitality. They're hospitable. They give you a bed and they give you a TV and give you some high fructose corn syrup, juices, food in plastics that are porous, that has bisphenol A in it, BPA, synthetic hormones that pretend to be estrogen in your human body. Hormones are instructions. They give you female instructions even if you're a man. Oh yeah, that's what they give you in the hospital, but we support that. I mean, damn, don't you realize where we get hit the hardest in society? The people that cause the destruction are the ones disseminating the remedy. Let's think about it. What creates the most debt in the world, or particularly for thriving nations, particularly America? Oh, what creates the most debt in UK? What creates the most debt? Well, banks obviously create debt for people, right? And we ask them questions on how to set up the account. Well, fine. The banking institutions most times are selling us the house, right? And we're in debt because of the homes. And who did we ask to learn on the fly? Oh, they got programs to make sure they educate us as homeowners so we know how to pay them back and be overwhelmed in debt. You're learning from the people that put you in debt how to make the purchase. The seller is the educator. Oh, schools. You're going to school to learn how to thrive in society, like pay your bills and everything, but school puts you in debt. But they'll teach you how to pick the right loan. They'll let you know this loan is different from this loan. They're not the ones that's supposed to teach you that. Someone else should be teaching you that. Okay? So, you're relying on the people that trick you to teach you. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. The people that trick us teach us. Make sure you share this video. We need a video called that. The people that we're paying, the people that trick us to teach us. Oh, the hospital is going to teach you what you need to do. And if you ain't got no insurance, forget about it. The hospital is going to teach you what to do, not even for a cure. They're going to give you the best treatment, huh? They're going to tell you the treatment. And we supporting this craziness, huh? Gotta take my laptop out of the sun. All right, now. Real talk. So you're relying on the hospital to teach you? That's what we doing? That sounds crazy to me. That sounds real crazy to me. But that's what we're doing in 2020. So food has become a religion because no matter how much truth you confer to people, they're in conflict about whether or not they should take heed to the information or just continue to act like they're totally oblivious to the cause. So food is definitely a drug. It's become a drug. It's become religion. Why on earth would you get the truth and struggle with it? Why? How could you struggle if something's not good for you and it could cause your untimely demise? Then tell me this. If something can cause your untimely demise in the most violent fashion possible, why is it so hard to detach from it? Something must be wrong up here. Why are you fighting or in conflict? Why are you in conflict with the truth? What is it about the truth? I'm in bed with the truth. The moment the truth tells me something isn't good for me, then guess what? The moment the truth tells me something's not good for me, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. If the truth stipulates, yo, this is no good, I don't fight with myself. I don't create a war with me because of the truth. That means the truth doesn't exist within me. If the truth exists within me, I identify with it when it's conveyed. I appreciate the reunion with the truth. I unite with it in peace. And I give thanks. And I start making the necessary adjustments. ASAP. I don't give a damn how something tastes. Notice I ain't say how good it tastes. Because that's not how good tastes. You know what tastes good? Something that does good by me. You know what tastes bad? Something that does bad by me. I don't give a damn about how something tastes more than I care about the quality of my life. Please, people, it's time to wake up. Think about it. And this doesn't mean you guys are bad. That's in your transitional process. But if you really connect the dots, if something's not good for you, don't use it. It just makes perfect sense. Can't make it any more clear than that. If you know it's no good, and you know it can make your womb come out your damn body, if you know it can make you less than fertile or impotent, if you know it can cause you to get your foot cut off or your leg cut off, your whole leg, both your legs, if you know it can cause you to start losing your teeth and losing your hair one day, how delicious is that? Damn, my device is overheating. I'm gonna have to build with y'all. I like being in the sun so damn much.
Good, how are you?
I like being in the sun so much, it's crazy.
Yes, I do. It's actually the first person
Yeah.
that did business with.
I'm a retire from this conversation. Yeah, it's hot out here, but you know, I'm probably the only one sitting in the sun on purpose because I deal with the truth. Over 90% of this country is vitamin D3 deficient, not just vitamin D deficient, specifically D3. You got the one that come from plants and the one that come from animals. We're D3 deficient. Even cats that eat meat are D3 deficient. People that eat meat are still D3 deficient when D3 comes from animals. And when